notification.
Ah, we're live. You got a notification.
Yes, we're live.
It told us that we were live.
Yes.
That was so weird. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this month's Descent into Madness. It's a special episode this time because Alina's got some great stories.
Oh my god. Well, I have told some of these stories on my live stream, which, by the way, is the most popular live stream I ever did. I think it's because it has broken leg in the title.
Yeah.
I think it has like 3 or 4 times the views of my average live streams.
That's hilarious. People just want to hear about you being in pain. Obviously, that's what people like.
Yeah, I think it's because Sarah is right when she says that I'm strangely frightening.
It's true.
So I think people are like, "Oh yeah, she got what she deserved." I'm kidding. Everyone has been incredibly supportive and nice, and to be honest, during my first couple of days in the hospital when the pain was freaking amazing, I don't ever want to remember that. Hi, Tamara.
Oh, hey.
So when that was going on, my phone was a bit of a lifeline because I was seeing like encouraging messages from everyone, and I was chatting to people, and I felt less isolated and alone. It's really weird to feel isolated and alone in a room full of people, but I did. I didn't feel like I had anything in common with most of the people in that room.
Yeah.
And we definitely didn't share our tastes like in music. I was just telling Claire earlier that I'm not a big fan of traditional folk Romanian music. I have like maybe 2 songs that I can tolerate. I do not take it in large amounts. I do have to endure it sometimes at weddings. Or when it's forced upon me by people throwing parties around here, or more traditional weddings. We had one like a couple of days ago. They were dancing in the middle of the street. That was awesome. So I'm not a fan of that music, and there's a TV channel entirely dedicated to that, and one of my roommates in hospital loved it. So there were like 2 days worth of that channel playing while I was in hospital. I had my earbuds on. That helped. Claire pointed out I should have had noise canceling ones. I did not think of that. I wasn't that smart. But yeah, this has been not the best summer, let's say, because, well, let's see. We had the death in the family, not my family, my boyfriend's family. Then my boyfriend and I got colds, which should be like, a cold. It goes away. No, we both got severe complications and were in the emergency room like twice. And we were sick and taking treatment for like 3 weeks. And then when that was finally over, it was the beginning of August, so I launched my book, The Fall of Darkness, and I sent my newsletter. And then Claire says, "Hey, did you send your newsletter?" And I was like, yeah, didn't you get it? No. Okay, check your junk, check your trash, nothing. And I wrote an email to MailerLite, and a day later, they announced they had some deliverability issues because they were marked as spam for some weird reason. And I was like, oh, great. And then I felt even a little bit better, and I went out to walk my dog. I started a new exercise regimen aim to drop some weight and help with my newly discovered issues with my neck. And then when I was doing that, I broke my leg. The fuck is going on? So last week I was supposed to be in the mountains with my boyfriend and his family. So everyone was trying to accommodate me so I could go. Mike's father decided he'd go by train so that I have enough room in their car.
Oh, wow.
And we were going to do that, but then I saw my stitches appointment smack in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to the mountainside where I could at least enjoy fresh air. So
it's genuinely like fun. The worst luck anyone has ever
had. No, it's not. I mean, I've heard worse. I do not want to tempt fate anymore like that. It's been enough. Like, I'm fine. I'm surprisingly positive, given what's been going on. So I'm grateful for that. It's a bit frustrating because we'll talk about this. I haven't done much this month, like at all, obviously. That tends to be freaking expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit, like I had such great plans for August. Such great plans. And now I have to wave goodbye to them and probably migrate all of them for September because let's face it, I didn't do shit. I mean, it was so weird in the hospital and I was so drowsy and in pain that I couldn't even read or listen to audiobooks. Which is another great story because I discovered Naomi Novik and I was listening to Uprooted, which I absolutely love. The problem is I was listening to Uprooted while I broke my leg.
Oh.
So now I kind of need a break from it.
Yeah.
I tried to listen to Words of Radiance.
Oh, yeah.
Because, just listen to the second book in Brandon Sanderson series. I fell asleep.
I mean, it's a lot of listening. It is 50 hours long. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I fell asleep in like the first 10 minutes, which was great. Amazing. So I was like, clearly, I can't listen to audiobooks because I fall asleep. I can't muster enough brain cells to actually read because I have my tablet with me, no problem.
Yeah.
So the only thing I did was watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I slept through half of those through. So I slept a lot in hospital. So the first night I couldn't sleep because pain.
Yeah.
Like the moment the anesthetic wore off, it was the worst night of my life. So the next night I was like, they're only giving us painkillers every 12 hours. This is going to be a rough night. Maybe I should ask for something to sleep.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't slept the night before. So,
yeah.
I hadn't eaten for a long time. I hadn't slept right. Should help. It did help. I slept for like that night, the next day, and the next night. Because I never took that kind of pill. So it had great effect on me. Like I was drowsy for 2 nights and a full day. It was great.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Tamara's right. Just at this point, staying healthy would be a great accomplishment.
Yeah, Tamara. It's like, seriously? By the way, my nose is kind of runny and my throat is kind of bothering me.
Of course it is. Of course.
Which is like, I was like, no, this can't be it. Like, I've been pumped with antibiotics and shit for a long time. But now I will take this opportunity to explain to everyone how badass I am. And I've said that so many times, it's getting annoying for everyone, but I'm still going to say it. I'm giving myself shots. Like, I'm stabbing myself with a syringe in the abdomen every day. And that's freaking badass. And I'm going to say that story over, and I'm going to tell it like over and over again until I die, the day I die, probably.
I mean, you might as well get something out of it.
Like, I mean, I fell on my bum and broke my leg into places. That's so lame. I need to counteract it with something super badass. By the way, the best part was the crazy stories Travis and Bob made about this.
Yeah.
I played D&D with them and Mike, and Travis was kind of on the mild side. He was, I'm going to assume you fell off a dragon, and that's it. And then Bob went all out and created this weird story about me being on a picnic and being attacked by, well, actually being in the vicinity of a Hungarian biker gang, of which all of them was apparently well known to the Europol because they were, you know, bad guys. And I apparently kicked their asses, piled their bikes together, and made like a Viking pyre.
Oh, okay.
And then I kicked the last guy so hard I broke my leg in a few places. I like that a lot more than the truth.
Yeah.
And as Bob put it, the truth should not stand in the way of a good story. So if I ever write my memoirs, that's how this is going to go down.
Oh man,
everybody will believe that. Like, so how have you been?
I've been fine. I've had a great month. I have no excuse to have nothing done, but I do have nothing. I've just been first drafting Gone Ghoul, and I think I'm gonna finish it tonight. I'm on 68,000 words. And I thought it was going to be 80, but now I'm like, fingers crossed it's going to be under 80 altogether. Because otherwise it's going to be a long night.
Yeah. I mean, you can still drink coffee.
Oh, yeah. I have been.
Because apparently, like, I've not said this on camera, but apparently my stay in the hospital cost me part of my identity. Because if you've checked my profiles on any social media, it says writer, traveler, coffee addict. Basically, that's how I describe myself. So in hospital, during that week of staying there, I did not have any coffee. I did not have any coffee the day before going out with the dog either, because my mom wasn't up yet. So I just took the dog, went for a walk, and I said, then I'll have time for my coffee. Right. No. So when I got out of the hospital, I came home on Tuesday. It was around 2 p.m. That was an entirely different shit show coming home. Oh my God. And the next day, obviously, I woke up. I was super excited about having coffee with my mom. This is my normal mug. It's huge. I drink one of these. I don't finish it in the morning. I drink like about half or more of it and then finish it throughout the day. I drank like a sixth of it throughout an entire day. And then every day my mom has been filling my cup with less coffee. And I still can't always finish it. Which is like I feel cheated out of part of me.
Yeah. It does seem rude. Like, you broke your leg. You should at least have your coffee.
Yes. I'm part cyborg now, so there's that. It's not permanent, though. Apparently, they're going to remove the steel parts. Which is,
I don't know. Tell them to, like, leave them in, couldn't you?
No, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately.
Damn.
And it's not necessarily good to have something like that left inside, because then you can't take MRIs or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So no, I might need them at some point. I should say, I know it sounds like I've been super, super unlucky. I know that, and I have, but this was my first ever stay in a hospital. I've never been in a hospital before, like as a staying in patient, like I've never been admitted. I've never broken a bone in my life, which in itself is a freaking miracle, because I was the kind of child that would run, jump, and climb trees and do all this crazy shit. So yeah, I know it sounds bad now because it's been an accumulation of things throughout the summer, which has not been pretty. But when I look at it overall, I mean, I've had it easy. It's fine.
It's just like all the injuries and sicknesses you could have had your entire life have just come all at this one time.
Yes, I mean, this has been the year to be horribly sick. Like, I had 3 serious colds, and the third one was the worst since the beginning of the year. I had issues with my teeth and had to go to my dentist like a couple of times, a few times. That was pricey. And then the broken leg happened, and I'm like, freaking shit! It's not even September. I hope this is the end of it. Oh yeah, and I discovered the spondylosis, which was discovered by mistake. Yeah. But to be fair, that's probably not new. So it's
okay. It's fine. That's fine then.
Fine. So I'm like, I hope this is it, because like, I mean, the leg will be fully healed for a few more months, so I hope this counts toward my quota for the rest of the year. Because like, seriously, I need to write books. I have books to write and to release. I mean, I have a box set just waiting to be released, and I couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
Which is so lame. So lame. Because if you don't know how this goes, you just format the stupid thing, slap the cover on it, which I already have. I've had it for a while. And then you like format it into ebook and Mobi format, and you upload it on a few seconds. It takes a day max. Like,
yeah,
no.
That's fine. You've had an excuse. Or like 20 excuses, so you're good.
I mean, it's not even it's not even an excuse. It's more like I had a reason not to.
Oh, yeah. No,
I'm great at making excuses. And for the first time, I'm actually not making excuses. It's just like really out of my control, people.
Yeah.
Which should make me feel better.
It really should, though.
Not so much. Not so much. I mean, the result is still the same at the end of the day. So, yay! Here goes. I hope September is way better.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have what? Wait, let me check.
We have
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 days left of this month. So should we talk about all the crazy things we're supposed to do in these 5.5 days?
Oh yeah, why not? I wrote stuff down. Like this entire page of stuff. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah.
Oh, I can.
I'm not doing any of that. None of it. Literally none of it.
Obviously.
Because I was going to like do all my print books, but Amazon's thrown me off by not shipping things to Australia. And now I'm like, well, maybe I should just wait and buy ISBNs and do it through Ingram Spark. And like wait in case Amazon starts printing books here.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just going to give them like 6 months. So that cuts out most of the stuff on this list.
Obviously.
Yeah. And then I just decided I wanted to get Gone Ghoul done this month because Alexi said he'd get me a present. There he is. If I got it done. So stop creeping.
That always works.
Yeah. He said he'd get me a present if I got it done. So now I have to get it done. Obviously. I want to know what the present is. So and it worked because I was on exactly. I was on like 25,000 words at the start of the month, and now I'm on 68.
68. Yeah, it was great.
Especially considering this book was meant to be out for Halloween last year. Yeah, But, you know.
We're fine. It's fine.
I've got around to it now.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Oh, I also accidentally started a new series this month.
Oh, I know that.
Just out of nowhere, just had an idea. Got 3 covers done.
Oh, wow.
You know, that's what you do. You have like a vague idea for a new series, and then you just start writing it straight away.
I mean,
get the covers.
I have seen covers.
Yeah.
I do understand. Like the only reason I'm not switching in between newer and newer series is because I couldn't. But I did draw owls all through my September theme because I was just thinking about owl investigation so much. So I totally get it. I mean, I do. I'm supposed to be writing Flare Chronicles. I even got a post on my author page asking about Flare Uprising, and I had to say, sorry, broke my leg. Got delayed. We hope to launch the pre-order by the end of the month.
Yeah. I've been getting questions about all my current series as well. But still releasing 2 new series this year, obviously.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, like, I have the cover for Flare Uprising. It's a beautiful cover. I would like to share it. But the problem is I've only written like 7,000-8,000 words. It's not enough for me to write a freaking blurb.
I have been known to write a blurb before I have written the book and just keep it super vague. I think that's Hell's Bells back in the day. And the blurb was like completely wrong by the time the book came out. So I just updated it. No one complained, so it's fine.
I think that's what I'm going to be doing. I think I'm going to send out a newsletter updating everyone. And then in the first week of September, actually having a pre-order link for Flare Uprising. But right now my priority is the bundle. So like in these 5 days and a half, I need to get that bundle out. Ideally today. I was going to do like a short pre-order, so it's out on all vendors at the same time. There's no time for that. There's no time for it. I'm going to just post it everywhere and hope by Monday evening some of the publishers have it live, and then Tuesday send the newsletter.
Amazon's been really good about like within an hour things going live. For my last few times.
Fine.
But everywhere else.
Kobo is hit and miss. It depends.
I'm going to start going direct to Nook soon.
I know.
And we'll see if that ends up being faster. Yeah, I've got my tax form right here. I'm not going to show it just in case there's like information on there I shouldn't show.
Yeah, you shouldn't show it.
But it's there.
I mean, when you told me Nook has opened up to more countries, I was like, oh, let's check. No, Romania is not there. That's fine. It's fine. I get it. I mean, it's not like we have a treaties with the US on taxation. So it's not like, I mean, it's been there for like 35 years.
Yeah.
You could acknowledge we exist, Barnes & Noble. We're on the map, I swear.
To be fair, though, you can still order print books and I can't. So it's all fine. It all evens out.
Yeah, I'm sure it's exactly the same. Right? Especially since I was supposed to get all my paperbacks nicely done in August. Did I do that?
Yeah.
No. No. Yeah, it's great. But what I can do is pretty much get this stupid box set out. It's not stupid. It's just it's so frustrating that it's such a small task. Only it's time consuming, and I didn't have the mental energy to go through it. And then I have like 5.5 days to plan, write, edit, and submit a short story.
Oh yeah. And how many words is it going to be for a short review? Yeah, 10,000.
They want like 10 10 to 15,000 or 10 to 20,000.
So it'll be like 20,000 then.
No. No, I can keep them at 10,000. It's fine.
Okay.
I can. Like, I even have shorter ones. I have like a
wow.
7K short story. I think that's the shortest ever. I can't go shorter than that. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's an anthology that I found really intriguing and inspiring, and I had an idea for it, and I want to write that. I'll probably be dictating it for the simple reason that, I mean, I'm here with my laptop on my stand, and it's fine for a while, but after a couple of hours, I'm just not that comfortable in this position. Yeah. That's the worst part about this. I can't put my foot down and put any pressure on it for however many weeks. I'll still have to do that. And because of that, I mostly spend my time in bed.
Yeah.
Sucks. It really sucks. I did not find a position at my desk that's comfortable and can still keep my foot elevated because, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm thinking if I dictate, I can just lay back and dictate and then stand up and work on editing the transcription.
Yeah.
So
that sounds like a good plan.
Fingers crossed.
I did happening earlier today. I did.
I know you've been doing some of that lately.
Yeah, I've been doing kind of like most days, like about 45 minutes.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I mean, if I could do that, I'd finish this story in like 2 days.
Yeah. It's ended up being like, I think about 2,500 words for me for 45 minutes. Which is
for 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still a lot.
Yeah. My rate is about like 3,500 per hour currently. And my voice, my voice just started to go all croaky because I've been talking so much today. But I think it goes up over time the more you do it. So yeah, it'll get faster. And also it's getting more accurate, I think. I'm like noticing I have less to change, which is nice.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Without you actually training it?
I input because I'm doing it from the transcription. I input the changes and it learns while I do that.
Okay. Oh, you do it in the Dragon box when you transcribe?
Yeah.
Maybe I should use that because I've been using Word and I don't think it documents as well.
I just do it. I do it within All-in Dragon and then it updates. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I will do that too.
Yeah.
Because if it improves accuracy, I'm all for it. So yeah, that's the plan. And if I actually finish this story fast enough, I won't, but if. I mean, a girl can dream at this point. I'll return to writing, the Witch series and Flyer Uprising.
So keen for this Witch series.
I know. And I mean, like, let me just launch Scrivener for the first time in like 3 weeks.
I just never close it. That's how I feel better when I don't do any writing. It's just always open. So like I could do some writing. Yeah,
I know. I tend to do that sometimes, but when I'm like not at home or things like that, I do shut it down. Let me just. So I have like 4,400 words of the Witch story.
That's a decent amount.
Yeah. And let's find Flyer Uprising. There we go. Jesus Christ. I hate being on this small monitor. I'm so used to the big one. Like it's so weird because I have everything fine-tuned for that. So yeah, I have 7,500 for Flyer Uprising.
Yeah.
Which is like a fifth of it. A little over a fifth. So 20%. Not that bad.
Yeah.
Could be worse. So yeah, that's where I am. Hopefully, I mean, like, I'm hoping I can slowly build up more stamina and more resistance to this weird position I have to stay in to be able to type and do more work and that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, my biggest concern has been not to drive myself crazy over how much I didn't do.
Yeah.
Because, sure. I mean, it's bad at this point. I think I wrote like under 10,000 words all month.
But, you know, you do have a reason.
Yes, I do. I do have a reason, but it's still, I mean, the world still expects new books for algorithms and people to be happy. So,
but you're about to release a box set, so that counts.
Yes,
there you go.
That totally counts.
A release. How many releases have you done this year? You're ahead of me for sure.
Let me think. So I had Elixir of Flight in January.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had 2 in February because I had the short story and the novella.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can't remember. There was another one, but I have no idea what. Oh, Gaming and the IRL Boss Fight.
Oh, yeah.
And then there were 2 box sets.
Yeah.
And then Fall of Darkness.
Yeah.
So 7.
And you re-released the other 2. You like
but I don't count them.
They have new numbers. They were like.
Yeah. Okay. So then that's 9. So this one,
so you're like
this one would make it
on track.
No, I'm not. Honestly, I'm not, because in those 20 books I didn't count box sets. Box sets were extra. So
okay, never mind then.
Also, I did not count re-released books when I was making plans, but still, you know, it's new books released, and I did go wide with everything. So let's say,
you've basically you've averaged 1 or more books or releases a month.
Yeah, sort of. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The box set would be the 10th release this year.
Mm.
So that's great. And then if I do the Flare Uprising release and the box set, because this is the 3rd in the series, I will have 2 more. I have plans of releasing it in early October, actually. I don't think I'll be able to release it in September. I can't. With the editing and with all the prep to release wide, it's going to be early October. And then in a couple of weeks, the box set.
Yeah.
So October is covered. And in November, I'll probably release the 2nd Warriors of Viz book, which I've had written for like 4 months.
Yeah.
We won't talk about that. So, which is great because I released book 1 in November last year. So somehow I made people wait for another year again. To be fair, at least these stories are not connected. So at least that. But fingers crossed, Flight of the Eagle does just as well as Skystorm did, because that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Skystorm is like my ultimate best-selling book ever, despite it being like this weird combo of genres and me thinking I wouldn't sell a copy of it. But yeah, it's okay.
Oh man, it did so well. It was like ranking 3,000 in the store. On the whole of Amazon. That was crazy.
And it was full price. I mean, no promotion or anything. It did really well. And it did well everywhere. Like wherever I released it, I mean, on Smashwords, it's sold well. It's not as expensive as other books, so it's not a bestseller if you think of the amount, but for number of copies sold, it's still a bestseller there. It did decently well on Kobo, so yeah. I think it also sold one on Google already. Let me just check. Yeah, of the new books I've posted there, I think it's the only one that sold. Yeah, it did. So I mean, for Google Books, The Edge of Hope and everything else is like my best-selling series because it's been the first one released there.
Yeah. It's funny how different retailers have different books that do well.
Yes.
Always fun. What are you doing?
Where's the other?
So
they're over there on the couch. Sorry.
No problem.
But yeah, different books on different retailers seem to just do well.
Yeah.
Or not in some cases.
Or not, but I think overall when you do an average, it's the same books that do well everywhere. But so far, even with all the issues and me being sick and not promoting the Fall of Darkness release that well, I think overall the idea of relaunching it was a good one.
Yeah.
At this point, The Breaking of Bonds has surpassed its old edition in Amazon for both copies sold and amount made. And that's in what, like
that's great.
A month and some change since its release.
That's
which
so
is
good.
Great.
Yeah.
And if I add revenue from other retailers, it's doing even better. So, yeah. And The Fall of Darkness did sell some copies. It did sell some copies like everywhere. I mean, it sold on Draft Digital, it sold on Google Play, and thankfully, I did not disappoint my one Google fan. Oh my God.
That's so funny.
I was so freaking worried about that. I mean, I was so worried. And the weird thing is that on the day the book released, early in the morning, and I know how these retailers work. In the States, they send out the book later, after midnight in the US.
Yeah.
So it was early morning on release day, and I go to the Google Play page for The Fall of Darkness, and I noticed a 3-star rating, and I was like, "This is not even out yet everywhere," because it was before midnight.
Yeah.
In the US, so this is not even out. I did not send ARC copies of this one because I just didn't have the time. It was such a race to get it out on time. So how exactly did you rate this book? I mean, even if, let's say, you got it exactly at midnight on the East Coast, you would have had an hour to read it.
Yeah.
This is not a 1 hour read. I mean, it's not the longest ever, but it's not an hour read. So, great. And I was like, oh my God, what if this is my one fan who was just there waiting for it and disliked it? And I was like, so worried. And then I went to hospital and didn't see that. And after I came out of the hospital, when I started looking at the book pages, I noticed I had a 5-star review from my fan. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. And it was such an encouraging review. And I was like, okay, maybe this is not crap.
Oh, man.
But that I truly believe it was crap, and it was really weird. But I know, you know how that is. You get stuck on one fan, and you want just to not disappoint them because they seem to love the series so much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's weird. It's really weird.
Oh man.
How that one person can mean so much.
Oh yeah, especially when it's on like a different retailer, like on Amazon.
Yeah.
When you've got a few reviews, you're like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like on the other ones, when you've got your first person, you're like, I have to impress them.
Yes. That's true. That's exactly it. So yeah. It's like, well, I'm finally getting a chance here. And I mean, if they disliked the series from the start, it would have been fine. because that happens. But when they love the first book, then they love the second book, and then they were dying to read the third one, and then they hated it. That would have stung a bit.
Especially since it's like kind of closing out the arc for that series. Yeah.
Yes. And oh my God, I can't wait for you to get it. Because I need to tell you what happens next.
Oh man, I've been really bad at reading anything lately because I've been trying to reread Let Bondi so that I remember what actually happened in the first book before I release the second one.
I can't judge. Like, I read 2 books, and one of them was a 60-page nonfiction.
Yeah.
Which was, by the way, for everyone who missed my my live stream, before I broke my leg, the book I read was 10 BS medical tropes that need to go away yesterday. So I read a lot about hospitals and things.
That's so funny.
Yes. It was written by an American EMT. Someone who has a lot of experience with ERs, hospitals, first responders, things like that. It was great. Also, I could verify some things because she was saying something about how young people are in medical dramas. Like the patients in the hospital, they're also young and their stories are so heartbreaking. But when you actually go into a hospital, the majority of the patients are seniors.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was like the kid in my room. I'm not a kid. But yeah, the woman sitting right across from my bed was 84.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So that's quite true. Most people in hospitals are old, and a young person in hospital is the exception.
Yeah.
Not the rule. Not the rule. That's true. But then again, it plays more on your emotions when you have a 20-year-old patient with a terminal disease, I guess. So that's why they do it. Plus, it looks nice on screen.
Yeah.
I get why it is an overused trope, but, you know. And she talked a lot about memory loss and things like that. And I was so happy because, remember I told you about that series I wanted to write? I didn't know if I would make it YA or new adult. And some guy completely forgets an entire year of his life.
Yeah.
That's actually a lot more accurate and possible than someone forgetting their identity. Apparently that doesn't happen much. You forget other people, but not yourself.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I got it right.
That's funny.
And yeah, it was a good read. I highly recommend it. If I can remember the author's name, I can't. But I will post about it in my roundup of books I read in August, which, if I'm lucky, will have 3 books on it.
Yeah.
Because I'm reading the 3rd one now.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm great. I'm doing great.
Mine will be like the book I read this month. The book I wrote this month. I'm sorry.
Yeah, makes sense. Tamara, I have to re-practice my dragon skills as well, but they're really helpful. They really are. So
it's good. I found it really good just doing like short. So I'll just do the 45 minutes in one block, and then that's all I'll do for the day. Just because then I find it's not like an overwhelming amount to record or to transcribe. It's like
and when I was starting, I was keeping it between 5 and 10 minutes and doing more rounds.
Yeah.
And that worked great for me because it felt manageable. I could dictate for that short amount of time. Mm-hmm. And then I was averaging like 20-minute stints.
Mm-hmm.
And those were okay because I could dictate for 20 minutes and then edit, and I would have it all done and ready to go in like under an hour, which was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it still increased my word count pretty much by the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I find it that when it's a piece you've transcribed, it's kind of already gotten a light edit. So you spend less time on it editing when you do the edit of the draft. Mm-hmm. More so than something you just typed out.
Yeah.
So there are benefits and they're worth it, even if the learning curve is so difficult. I think it's difficult because of how you're not used to speak like that, because it's like telling someone a story, and we're not used to that when it's us talking to a recorder.
And you have to sometimes be careful. I don't know, maybe you don't have this, but when I'm speaking, sometimes I'll get like too excited and say stuff too quickly, and it'll all just run into like one word. And then I'll listen back to the recording and be like, how did I think that would ever translate?
Now I have the opposite issue. I make too many pauses and I'm too slow.
That's fine. Pauses are fine.
But then when I get into it, I speak like I would normally speak, and that it picks up quite well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally see why if you got super excited, it would just miss a few words here and there, and it would make no freaking sense. But yeah. I mean, it's worth it. Once you get the hang of it and you have enough practice, I think it can help a lot with word counts and everything. And I was thinking I might start using it more for blog posts and things like that. I did use it, I don't know on which release it was. I think on Gaming and IRL Boss Fights, I dictated my guest posts for the tour.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
cool. That was really cool. So yeah, it can help quite a bit. It can help with everyday stuff. And when it's something nonfiction, like when you write a blog post or a guest post for someone else, so when it's not fiction, I feel like the accuracy is way higher.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I think it's geared kind of towards nonfiction, just because it has a tendency to put things more in present tense. Where in fiction you're more likely to have them in past tense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which means it will work well with the Witch series, which is written in first person present.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I mean, it makes sense to write that series like that, because I do not want there to be any hindsight in the POV.
Sure.
Not really. So yeah, but I'm having fun with that one. Oh God. And I haven't even introduced all the main players, which is pretty awesome. So, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. The problem is, I don't know if you have this problem, but I sometimes go back to first person past, right? And then when I go through it, I'm like, oh God, let's change this. It sucks.
Yeah. I just always have the same past tense, first person. That's my favorite.
I mean, I usually prefer first person past and sometimes third person. Sorry, I have to move a bit. There will be a lot of that. I'm sorry, people. I just need to not be stuck in the same position for too long. So I prefer first person past or sometimes third person. It depends. I tend to use third person when it's not the most open extrovert character.
Yeah.
Who's the POV character, because that it wouldn't be like them. So third works better. But the thing is, I realized how powerful first person present is in action sequences, in things where there needs to be a bit of mystery. And I realized that while listening to Red Rising, actually.
Okay, yeah.
Because I didn't realize it as poignantly when I was reading the first book, but the second and third I had on audio, and just listening to them, I realized, like, man, this is really powerful. It would work way better for adventure stuff.
Yeah.
At the time, I was writing Lead to Follow, which was great because I was listening to first person present and I was writing in first person past. There were a few paragraphs where I switched to first person present.
Yeah.
And while I was correcting them, I was thinking, like, this could really work for something that's more mystery and adventure. And I think this works really well for Shayla and her story. And it would make it way easier to not reveal a lot of things ahead of time. Because there's a bit of mystery going on about her and Lev, who's her... What should I call him? He's the half demon. So there's a witch, a half demon, and a half angel. And Lev is the half demon. Yeah. So that's the best way to put it for now. Plus, there's a murder happening. Wait, this is not a murder mystery. Not really. But there is an aspect of investigation in it.
Yeah.
Which I find interesting. It's more of tracking.
Yeah.
Than investigating.
Sure.
You know, like find people, kill them, get revenge, things like that.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting way too comfortable writing bloodbaths. Did I tell you all how bloody Fall of Darkness is? Yes, Alina, you told us like a million times. Thank you. But you know, I mean, you should know it's fun. Like, you have dead bodies in all your books. So.
Yeah. Slightly different style, though.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think. Yeah. I think the Fall of Darkness has a lot more gore. Because it does describe the fighting scenes and how people die. And when there are bodies that are discovered, it's not as mild as it is in your books. I can definitely say that. Though, I mean, I remember the head on the steps. So, I don't know. I mean, you did pretty gory stuff too. So.
I mean, occasionally.
I just did more of them in one book.
Yeah. I spaced mine out more.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine, I guess. I mean, in the first book, nobody dies. In the second book, barely a person dies.
Barely anyone.
Yeah, and he's a bad guy, so at least there's that. And then in the third book, well,
yeah,
it's a bit of a survival game, I guess. Like, if you're still standing after this book, well, you deserve like a medal and a party and congratulations from the president and things like that. Like, I'm sorry. It was kind of planned this way for a long time, so blame Pastalina for it.
Yeah. From like 4 years ago when you released the first book, right?
About that, because when I released the first book, I was already writing the second one and knew what would happen in the third.
Yeah.
So
it's been a while coming.
It's been a long time coming, man.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine that? Like, waiting for 4 years to have a conclusion to an arc from a self-published author. Like, if you're a self-published author, do not do this. No. It doesn't matter that you don't have a cliffhanger on the second book. Do not do this. No. Even a year is too long when the series are connected. The books in the series are connected. So don't. Like, wait.
a book I need to get out by the end of this year because I released the last one in June last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I did release 2 of them last year. It was, yeah.
Are we talking Nessa?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you should definitely do that.
And it's kind of the book where you find out stuff. So I need to reread all the other books to make sure I tie things up. That's why. Yeah.
So on a scale from book 1 to Adam, how much of an asshole is Death by this book?
I mean, I think you'll just have to read it. I also have to reread it. I'm not sure. He's pretty bad.
So this means Adam will look like a small child by the time I'm done with Nessa's book. Great. Thanks. Yay. I'll probably love him forever. I have issues. I have issues. If you didn't know, my boyfriend constantly makes fun of me, and he's a bit of an asshole. So, yay. If you get, I mean, like, if they're connected, if the books in the series are connected, I'd say just write them off and do as rapid of a release as you can. So, I don't know, maybe between 1 to 3 months of a wait. When it gets close to half a year, it's a bit long.
But, I mean, like, having said that, I do that all the time.
Yeah, it happens. It doesn't help. It would help. Yeah. And I mean, like, in your case, Claire, you do have an overarching story, but the books themselves are individual stories. Yeah. So that's more forgiving, I feel.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Except more for the end of the last one.
That's fine. That's fine. You can do it once. That's book 9. By that time, you have super invested fans, and you can do that once in a while.
Like, the story ties up. It's just the characters have things still going on.
Yeah, everything is blown out of the planet. Anyway, so yeah, I would like, for the Witch series, where the books are sort of connected, I'm going to have the first 3 drafted before I start to release. And I want to be already working on book 4 when I release the first one.
Yeah.
But I do plan to have like a sort of closed 3-book or 4-book arc, because after that I have to switch to Bad Blood and release a few more books. Because I am interconnecting my worlds, and that can help a bit, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, the shortest you can keep the time between the first book and the second book, especially for connected books, the better.
Yeah.
It's just like people are used not to wait for self-published authors. That's the benefit, because you can plan it out so that you have a whole series finished and then start releasing. You don't depend on a publisher, and actually there are small publishers who would do that with series, have one released every couple months. I know of them, like, but small ones, not Tradpub.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal.
Sleep well.
Yeah.
4 a.m. Oh my goodness.
It's kind of late, yeah. That is kind of super late.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think, like, just, as fast as you can release them between, but don't worry too much, because, you know.
I mean, I think it's more important where...
I think I've averaged...
Yeah, go ahead.
2 books in each series a year, or maybe 3 in a good year. So that's a few months between 6 months or, like, 4 months. So I've never, like, done rapid release.
Yeah, so, we're both trying this now.
It's going fine for me.
Yeah.
So far. But I think, you'll definitely pick up quicker if you release quicker. Like, you'll pick up fans quicker.
Yeah. And I think, like, when you're sort of established,
people forgive you more.
It's more forgiving. It's more forgiving. When you're starting out, like I was, like, The Edge of Hope was my debut novel. I should not have waited for 14 months to release book 2. Like, no.
Yeah.
That was bad. I did have some stuff released before that with my publisher, but it was in a completely different genre. So,
yeah.
Not the best idea. If I were to start releasing now, I'd draft the whole series and go with book 1 now, second book in a couple of weeks, third book in a month, and then continue with the Witch series or something. I don't know, something like that. Definitely don't make people wait as long as I made them wait.
Yeah. Anything
that's
more
what
than
you're doing with your,
and it's
it gets like I'm kind of pushing the boundaries of it with Warriors of Vis. But again, they're not connected, and I did have a lot of releases in that genre. So people, overall LGBT fiction and romance genre. So
I'm just making people angry waiting to put out Gods and Frauds. It's probably what I should write next month, to be honest. It and a Charlie short.
Yeah, I mean
maybe I will do that. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's probably a good plan.
Which probably I'm not trying to be mean, but it probably means you release 2 other books before you do that.
Yeah, it's true.
Not trying to be mean. I'm just like basing all of this in on our track record so far.
Yeah, but I'm keen to write it. I've had some good ideas for it, so I feel like I'm ready to write it. And
that's super important.
Yeah, it's not like I would write it because I felt like I have to. That's what I mean.
Yeah, no.
I want to write it. I just also want to write another 20 books.
I mean, the only reason that's stopping me from writing Flare Up Right, and I think I've talked about this, is that the place Samandriel is in this book is a place of a lot of anger and frustration.
Yeah.
That's a bit tough to explore now, and I'm kind of frustrated with all the things I can't do.
Yeah.
So
maybe write something fun.
It's tough. Yeah, like the Witch series.
Yeah.
Or Owl Investigations. Why not start? No. I'm going to write the short story.
Yeah.
Which is post-apocalyptic, but it's supposed to be something hopeful.
Yeah. That's your version of fun.
Maybe that. You haven't read Angel's Feather, have you?
No. I've heard tell of what it's like.
It starts like the series starts as a post-apocalyptic story while it's on Earth, and then it expands into a bit of a space opera, space adventure sort of thing in book 2 where it's off Earth. So things are really dire on Earth when this starts, and the only ones to blame for all of this are humans.
Yeah.
Because they've almost destroyed the universe a couple of times, and the universe got tired of them and was like, yeah, you stay on your planet, don't freaking leave. If you try to leave, we'll kill you. I can be executed. It's gotten that bad. And of course, because human beings are great, nobody wants to, so they're basically starving, and all their technology is falling apart because all the engineers and mechanics and everything, they're all in this alliance that's trying to build ships to go off world. And what they don't know, which I found that funny, I can't say, like, it's okay, it's fine, but that's it's a bit of a spoiler, I realized.
Yeah.
Thank God I didn't spoil my own book. So yeah, it's dark. It's a dark tale, and the character goes from sort of lighthearted and hopeful and to dark. in the second. Because the first part is called Ascent, and the second part is called Descent. So that's
right,
a hint.
Yeah.
So compared to that, writing a post-apocalyptic short story that's full of hope for the future is kind of fun.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of super fun.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I should probably sort out my publishing schedule, but I keep going, oh, it's probably a good idea to write this book. Oh, it's probably a good idea to write this one. And then I just never know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I commit to one thing.
All I know for now is that I need to release Flyer Uprising in early October. And then I have Warriors of Vis for November. I think those will be the only two, well, plus the box set for Flyer Chronicles. Those will be the 3 gay romance releases going out this year. I don't think there's going to be anything more. And I'm hoping to get some of the witch books out as well.
Yeah.
Hoping, not sure. Might have to start in January. It sucks, but I mean, I lost an entire month, and I'm pretty sure September is going to be slow. At least for the first half. So it's just the way things are. I can't do anything about this, and I can either adapt to it or cry my eyes out. And crying my eyes out is definitely not going to help. So adapting it is. So yeah. That's how I'm going about it. I mean, I could pity myself and cry over it for as long as I want. It's not going to change much.
Yeah.
So that said, it's not that I'm not allowing myself to be sad. I did allow that.
Yeah.
But you know, from a point on, you have to just figure out what to do next, because you know things get shitty.
Yeah.
Pun intended. Because I was thinking of your holiday.
It's true. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. By the way, I blame you for one thing. I immediately recognize puns now and people who enjoy puns. And I'm like, oh, I should tell Claire about this. And I'm like, no, maybe I shouldn't message her about random things I hear in either videos or movies or shit like that just because she enjoys puns. Like, I mean, at some point it's going to get really boring.
As long as they're good and annoying. Ones. Anytime. You've got a good one.
There's such a thing as a good pun? Really?
How dare you? They can have so many layers.
Yes, but I mean, they're still bad puns, and that's the beauty of it. Like,
a good pun is a really bad pun. That's what I mean.
Yes, exactly.
So if you get a really terrible pun, they're the ones I want to hear about. When I say a really good pun.
Yeah, okay, I get it now.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
So, speaking of rapid release, which we were a little while ago, I am doing a rapid release this year of my romance book.
Paranormal. Paranormal romance, right?
Yeah. So my plan currently is once I get Gongul out by the end of this month, so sometime in the next 5 days, I'm going to edit the first paranormal romance and put it up for pre-order for October. Yeah. And then figure out whether I'm writing the second one or whether I'm writing other things in the meantime. I don't know. But I'm going to start releasing it in October. And maybe with 2 weeks between the first 3 books.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the fourth one yet. It depends.
It depends very much on when I start to release, I guess. Because if I get one out in late November, I might not release around Christmas and wait for late December. Like in between Christmas and New Year.
New Year, yeah.
And then like a couple of weeks later, 2 to 3 weeks later in January. But if I start in January, it will be like 2 weeks between the first 3, and then a month for the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
It just depends on how words. It depends on how fast I can get them ready, pretty much.
Yeah.
And when I start releasing, because if I have one ready in November, I'd rather release it then and wait for a month for the second one. But I already have a pre-order. That's true. Then just have it lost between Christmas books. Especially since I'll have my Christmas Gay Romance going wide in late November.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah. That's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, doggy? So yeah, I don't know, but I do want to release them pretty close together. That's the plan for these books and for the next 3 or 4. I don't know how many there will be in the next arc for Bad Blood.
Yeah, sure.
Of course, if this one works, if it doesn't work any better than releasing every 3 months,
exactly.
Fine. I doubt it though.
Yeah. I'm also planning to, I don't know if this is going to happen, but my cozy mystery series that I
accidentally started.
I accidentally started writing. I'm thinking of doing 1 a month from like next month. So September, October, November, and December.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
But so they would be rapid, but they wouldn't be crazy.
Super rapid. Yeah. The thing that worries me is that I've only seen posts on rapid release for Kindle Unlimited, and I'm not doing Kindle Unlimited. And kind of sucks that I have no actual data on it.
Yeah. I mean, hold on, no. There might be someone. Liliana Hart.
Oh. Okay.
Do you know Liliana Hart? She's like one of the millionaire crazy romance suspense, like one of the top people.
Okay.
She had this thing that she started a few years ago called the Liliana Nirvana, or someone else called it that. She didn't start it, but she would drop 5 books at once in a series.
Oh, nice.
And she's always been wide. I think she out-earns Amazon on iBooks, or at least she did in an interview I was listening to a while ago. Yeah, so I think it works. Why?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because that was always her strategy, is like drop a bunch at once. Like genuinely on the same day, she'd put out a bunch in a series.
Yeah, I think that's a bit much.
But yeah, I know. But it's like, it is rapid release.
Yeah, that's very rapid.
Yeah.
So how much between the books? Well, like 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Publish them all at once.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, she's...
Yeah, but I'm thinking like the 2 weeks, like having book 1, then book 2 2 weeks later, book 3 another 2 weeks later, and book 4 a month later. I think that's a pretty cool schedule to follow.
Oh yeah.
And I think it might work.
Yeah, my point was just that. I think having more books out closer together would work anywhere, not just Kindle Unlimited. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too. But yeah, and I'm also thinking about, like, for the Witch series, the first book will be released at $3.99 and the rest will be at $4.99 probably, because these will be like longer books. And I will have a prequel which I will offer as a freebie. But that will actually be a really short prequel. I'm going to test it out because we talked about this and about people saying it might help, especially on sites like Kobo. Apparently, there's a perception of value linked to price,
Yeah.
Which is kind of different from Amazon, but I think it's permeating through Amazon as well.
Yeah.
So, well, we'll see how that goes. Might backfire. But I think I've put out enough free content now that I can afford to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also I have enough books.
You're going to have like a greater impact if you choose to make something free later.
Yes. Like, or do a promotion for
yeah, exactly.
99 cents.
Yeah.
Later on. Yeah, because I can like discount the first book when the fourth one is out or something like that.
Exactly, yeah.
Plus, the good part about this is if you schedule them like that, in between book 3 and book 4, you'll actually have a box set. So you actually have releases every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think.
And if your box set does well, your number 4 will sell better than your number 3.
Oh yeah, yeah, true. That happens.
That happens to me.
Yeah, but I can see that happening if it's the only book out, because if it's just book 4, they're not going to wait for the next box set.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's been probably one good thing about me taking so long to write the next book in the Damn Girl series. There's no next box set. People just all buy book 4. Well, actually, it's book 5. Book 5, but you know, it's the one after the box set.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. So for the Damn Girl series, you had the box set of the first 4 books.
Yeah, because the second one was a novella. I packaged.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
I need to buy that.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm trying not to because I'm behind with some books I really need to read and review. So I'm waiting a bit.
That's fine.
I mean, I'm buying on Google. I'm not waiting on that one. So.
Oh, I hope you like it. I hope it doesn't turn out to be terrible. That'd be awful.
I doubt it.
I always think that when I get to like this point of the draft, like, wow, what if it's garbage?
Yeah, and it gets worse while you go through it the first time.
Usually, no, it gets better for me once I start editing it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, it's like when I start editing it, like,
yeah.
In the beginning, not so much. I mean, when I'm just starting to edit, I'm like, oh my God, you know? Yeah, and then, oh, wait, this is good.
Yeah.
And then there's another, like when I'm done editing it and I have to send it to my editor, that's when it goes like downhill fast. Like,
yeah,
oh my God. And I feel better when I get the first feedback from my editor. Then I'm like, oh, okay, this is not horrible.
Luckily, my editor lives here, so I hear him laughing while he's reading. I'm like, everything's fine.
Yeah.
If he doesn't laugh, then I panic.
Well, yeah. I have not submitted my books to my local library. It's not that easy here. If I were to get an ISBN from my lovely country, and not as an independent author, I'd be required to provide the National Library of Romania with 7 print copies of my book for reasons. They don't do much with them. I'm pretty sure they just have boxes of unopened books that nobody has time to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of English content in local libraries, and it's not that easy to submit books to them. I mean, if you just go there and like, oh, I want to donate some books, they're like, okay, fine. No.
I also haven't, because you can't get print books from Amazon in Australia anymore. So I'm delaying doing print books for a while.
Yeah.
I do have some available, but they're not available to me anymore, which is weird. It seems very strange that I can't get my own books.
I think they're transitioning to printing in Australia, and that's why.
I hope so. Because if they
which would be really awesome. Because I told you
they're so expensive.
I told you like what my vision for the future is. Like in a year or so, we're going to go to an author event in Sydney, and we'll be so famous that we'll do a live session of Descent into Madness as a panel.
Yeah, obviously.
So it would be really easy if I could just order the books there and not carry them on the plane with me.
Yeah.
I have big plans, people, in case you didn't know. I always make.
It might be good if we get our own ISBNs, because then we could just get them through Ingram anywhere.
Yes.
So that's my current plan. I think I'm going to do that, but it's expensive and complicated, so I'm doing it down the track.
For me, it's just really complicated and like a really great pain in the ass, because Romania sucks from this point of view. If you want to get ISBNs as an independent author, you are allowed 2 per year. That's it. They're free, but you can only get 2. And I do not want to start a company in Romania just to, publish books. It's a lot of paperwork, like shit tons of paperwork, and it's just not worth it. So I'm going to stick with Amazon Print for now.
And ISBNs are expensive in Australia, so that's why.
Not as expensive as in the US when you buy them individually, but you don't have the same bulk orders that they do in the US.
Yeah, I can get, I think 100. That's my plan. If I buy some, I'll get 100 for about $500.
Okay. I mean, from what I remember from Bowker, it was like 1,000 for 1,000. That's the best price. So yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe they'll have a great deal by the time I buy them. But anyway, I'm delaying that for a while.
Yeah, I totally get why you would.
Yeah. It sucks because I have people here in Australia who want to buy the print copies. That's kind of why I was getting them done.
Yeah, I know.
Oh well, it's fine. It's one thing I don't have to worry about doing for a while.
Yeah. But you're doing your own audiobooks, and that's pretty amazing.
I might actually be like the first person who does audio before they do print copies.
I don't think it matters much. Like, if it works, nothing else matters. I mean, I wish I could do my own audio. I can't. But the thing is, like, I had some people ask about audiobooks for my stuff for like years now, and I have to keep explaining I can't do ACX.
Yeah, I can't hear either. I can. There's dodgy ways around it that you can do.
Yes,
I know some workarounds, but
yes, but those workarounds don't really work if you want to do a split share with a narrator.
Yeah, possibly not.
Because if you split royalties, you need a contract, and you need to actually give your data in the contract.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't work. And to do it myself, that's a huge investment. Like, huge. It's costly to hire a narrator that does a good job. I have a narrator. It's fine. I know who I want to narrate my books, but it will be a while until I can afford it.
Yeah.
And it's Bob. Actually, if you're interested, it's Bob, the guy we play. What do you call it?
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Yeah, and he's pretty freaking awesome. And he does accents and everything you want. So I think it's cool. So yeah, that would be amazing when it's done. But until then, I'm hoping at some point I can at least do my paperbacks for Amazon Print. I'm thinking of penciling that in for October, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Because it's definitely not happening in September with everything that's going on. So hopefully in October, all my books will be in print book. Because the thing is, like, my cover designer, when I contract something, it includes the paperback, but the paperback is always delayed because when I'm contracting the cover, I don't even know how many words the book will have.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I always make a point to add a task about, actually formatting my paperbacks soon and sending them to her. I never do. So I have a lot of them piled up. She will love me when I eventually start doing this, and I'm like, yeah, I'll be her favorite person in the world. I'm sure. It's good that we're friends. She'll probably forgive me like in 100 years. She's great.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm sorry. At least, I mean, maybe I should do it in September because I have a broken leg, so maybe I can score some sympathy points.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good idea, actually.
Oh God. Yeah, it would definitely work well.
Anyway.
Okay. So yeah, plans for next month. Because I talked about mine.
Yeah, go for it.
No, I meant you because I talked about it.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought maybe you were adding extra things on.
Oh.
No. I thought you were saying like, I get you. I was like,
no.
You've already said like a million things you want to do. I mean, just add on another 20 things. Why not?
Yeah, no. Normal Alina would probably add more, but broken leg Alina knows she can't anyway. So. Tamara,
so currently,
will answer the questions you want.
Oh yeah, go for it. In the meantime, I'm going to edit the 2 romance books they have done. And at least put the first one up for pre-order. I'm going to write and publish the Charlie short, the next one. And I'm going to write either Shadow and Shade, the 2nd romance book, the first cozy mystery, or Gods and Frauds, the 6th Damned Girl book. One of them. And maybe 2 of them if I'm very lucky, because I've already written a chunk of Shadow and Shade. That's the plan.
Yeah. You could go for the 3 of them.
I could. We'll see.
Okay. Let's see what Tamara asked. Is there a reason she won't be available until November? I mean, were you late delivering the book or something, or? And when in November, and how long will it take her? Because I mean, if it's in early November, you can still release in November, although it's kind of weird. I mean, I'm not exactly sure what you guys had agreed upon, because if you agreed on something and then she backed out of it, I would ask for a refund and work with someone else. If it's because of different reasons on her part or on your part, because that's important. If it's scheduling conflict that's always on her side and she can't do this and can't do that, then maybe you should just ask for a refund and work with someone else. Both. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I've released a Christmas book a few days before Christmas.
So I've done the 20th of December Christmas release.
She's released a New Year's books in February.
So and it absolutely did not affect the sales whatsoever. That book is like my best book.
So I would say if she can do it in early November and you can have it out in November, like at the end of the month, just go for it.
Yeah. You could release it for Australian autumn.
Oh, and you can, like, if you have things penciled in, you know when she's going to be finished with everything and when your book is ready for release, you can just set up a pre-order in late September.
Oh, yeah, of course. But I don't know. I'm cautious about pre-orders, but you always risk it. So
I kind of, always risk it. And it's been fine so far.
Yeah,
it's been fine.
I used to do it. And then, I don't know, I got more anxious in my old age or something, and then I stopped doing it.
It's so cute to hear you talk about your old age when I'm way older than you. It's so funny. God, it's like, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. That's Ares. I think my mom is putting his leash on so that he can finally go outside, poor baby. I apologize for the anxious, excited barking. But yeah, he's more agitated now. Sometimes I go help with his leash because it's not the most complicated system, but if you don't know what you're doing, it can be daunting. And he barks just as enthusiastically with me there. He usually, like, I put the leash on, I hand it over to someone else to hold it, and then he turns and barks at me because he's kind of asking, why aren't you coming with me? And that always breaks my heart. Like, I feel so bad. He's like, oh, you miss your walks with me. I'm so sorry, babe. I'm really sorry, doggy, but I can't do anything about it. Oh, are we? I never knew that. I wouldn't have said that if anybody asked. Like, I honestly thought we were like the same age, or you were younger than me, so that's fine. That's a plus for you. So speaking of pluses, looking like a distraught, lost child in the woods is a very good look when you're in a hospital. Just saying. It helped me out a lot.
That's funny.
Everybody treated me like a child, and I had nothing against it. But absolutely nothing against it. When I'm like normal me and people treat me like I'm a child and I'm a grown-ass woman, that annoys me. In hospital, no, because that means they're nicer to me and they smile. And yeah.
Oh, that's great. Oh, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did we answer your question, Tamara? I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't hit a conclusion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we gave you some possibilities, but if you need any more brainstorming on this, we're always available. Just saying. But that's how I do it. Like, I totally go for a late November release, but just, hash it out with her to be absolutely sure she can do it in early November, so that I can have time to go through the edits, implement them, proofread, and then release.
Yeah, because the thing is as well, I don't know if you've worked with her before, but you won't know how long it's going to take you to go through what she's given.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm glad we helped. That's good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad too. By the way, once you've worked, I mean, if you do enjoy working with her and you keep working with her, or if you change editors, let's say, and you get that perfect editor and you work with them for a few books, you'll get used to the kind of feedback they provide, and you'll know how much it takes you to do stuff. Of course, things like dreadful colds can happen.
Yeah.
But it's important to know one thing. You can delay all pre-orders except Amazon.
Yeah.
And for Amazon, you have to upload 4 days before release. Other places, they need it 10 days before release. But you can, push back your pre-order. So as long as you make the Amazon deadline, everything else is just like,
I would set up Amazon as well if you're going to do it with a dummy file that says, like when you set up your pre-order, a dummy file that says it's not the real file, and if you've received that file, you've received it in error.
Yeah.
Rather than like an early draft of the book or something that you don't want people reading. Yeah.
That would work. Or you can just post that on the first page.
Yeah, just make sure it's like obvious. Because I never used to do that, but I probably should have done that because I used to just upload different books. A book I thought would be about the same length, I'd upload that for the pre-order for the other one until I had the pre-order done. Yeah. Which is not,
I do that too.
It's not best practice.
True.
Yeah.
The thing is that I also learned to pre-order my own books so that I get the first file delivered and check it out.
Yeah. I always
the best way to check it out, better than just downloading the file because errors can still occur.
Yeah.
And it's like a small investment in my peace of mind.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
So,
and also, extra pre-order number.
Yeah, true.
You get a rank boost.
Yeah, true. If that makes you feel any better for throwing money at yourself. It's like I make money. Yeah, I do it because of this, because I want to see the file, just make sure people it's weird, on one side it kind of boosts your number of sales, and then you're like, it's pretty much like drinking cold water and getting yourself to believe it's actually wine. A bit, because you're like, oh my god, I made so much money for it. Oh, it's my own money, but
and Amazon is taking a cut out of my own money for me to buy my own book.
Yes.
But if you don't think too hard about it, it's fine.
It's fine. Just think of the benefits. Think of the benefits, and that's great. Jesus Christ. It's funny. I think like beyond these scheduling issues and health issues and whatever else is happening for every one of us, I still think this is the best job ever.
Oh, it so is. Sometimes I'm stressing about something, and I'm like, this is the stupidest thing to stress about. I'm like literally doing the best job that exists.
Yeah. I think the only other people who do similarly great jobs are artists, and that's about it. Like people who paint, draw, like creatives. Because it's a difficult path to follow, but on the other hand, it's so rewarding and so fun, and you meet such incredible people, which I'm super thankful for. So it's great. I love it. It's so cool. Also, like they make the best jokes, and and sometimes they say the cutest things. Like I remember getting a message from Sarah Scharnweber, who said something like, I want you to know that I feel like getting on a plane and coming there to wrap you in a huge bubble so you stop injuring yourself. And I was like, maybe you should have done that yesterday.
It's a bit late now.
But maybe just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. Yeah.
Bring it freaking on. Like apparently I'm prone to accidents. I knew that. Like I always stumble and fall and whatever. So to me, honestly, it's a miracle I didn't break anything earlier. I've had way nastier falls when all I got was some bruising, and now this was like the mildest of them. Broke the bones. What the hell? I think it was like my luck meter running out, and I was like, Yeah, you're out of it. Like, now you're going to get the consequences for all this crap. Two broken bones.
Oh man.
It's probably why I love Charlie so much.
Possibly. You're like great inspiration for future books, just so you know.
I mean, talking about fictional characters like they're real, it's a safe and sane thing to do. So
yeah,
I would like to say that if Charlie ever came to Romania in some of our hospitals here, I think it's a good thing that probably wouldn't understand what she was saying, because she'd really rub people the wrong way. I think they'd leave her without pain medication for a lot longer than 12 hours.
Oh man, I still just can't believe you had to like tip people at the hospital. Like,
we're not talking about that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a common thing in Romania. By the way, I didn't, me personally. I had family to do that.
Oh yeah, okay. I find the concept of tipping so weird. It's like not very much of a thing here.
Well, let me put it like this. You go to a private hospital, you don't tip anyone, you pay through your nose.
Yeah.
You go to a state hospital, they won't turn you away if you don't tip anyone. It can help get things a little easier for you. It can. And the thing is, there's a huge difference between how much people are paid in state hospitals and in private hospitals.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference. And even if it's not a huge difference for doctors, it is for the staff under them, like orderlies and nurses. And I don't know how the others are called. I don't know if they exist in foreign hospital, because there are two types of, there are nurses and then some other.
Okay.
That are not nurses, but that take care of bringing you your meals and everything like that, and they're not orderlies.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't think of a word.
I don't think they exist.
Yeah.
And I think that's all on nurses and orderlies.
Yeah.
In other hospitals. So those women who do like the most menial jobs. I think some of the things they do would fall under the cleaning crew's tasks in different hospitals. They're like in between. They don't get paid a lot. Not at all. So I mean, it's the culture, I think. We tip everywhere. I'm not that upset about it. I know it feels weird, but again, it is what it is. And sometimes the best doctors and best staff is not necessarily in the private hospitals, or it's the exact same staff that works in both. So I think it also depends on the department. I got super lucky because the orthopedics department in this hospital has always been brilliant.
That's good.
So that freaking helped. And it is the ER hospital for the city. So I got lucky in many ways. First of all, that they did do the surgery on me on Friday, because I could have waited until Monday with a broken leg.
Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine.
They're low on staff on weekends, so no surgeries happening unless they're emergency, like huge emergencies, like life-threatening, which a broken leg wouldn't qualify. So I got lucky because my doctor was on call that day, so he was there from 7 in the morning till the next day at some point. So I got lucky with that. It was fine. And they did the surgery at 7 p.m., something like that. So it's it's hit and miss. It's way better than the health system in other countries.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, USA.
Yeah.
I mean, here you don't go bankrupt just because you broke your leg.
Yeah.
It's fine. But yeah, it's not all positive. I'm sure there are better systems than ours, like in
like here.
all the. I don't know much about the health system in Australia.
It's fine. It's good.
But I know about the systems in Northern Europe, which are okay. I've had friends who stayed in the UK and they're undecided. It's because
NHS.
Like the family doctor has a lot of interaction with you, and unless he gives you a recommendation to go to a specialist, you can't go straight to the specialist.
Oh yeah, I think that's a thing here too.
It just depends on how lucky you are for your it kind of depends on how lucky you are with your family doctor. So you're back, baby. My dog had his walkie. He's happy now. I mean, I know the medical stuff here is really good because other European countries always try to lure them in.
That's funny.
And actually I've heard from the staff there that my doctor practiced in like Germany and other countries for a while before returning to Romania. So you hear these things in the hospital if you stay long enough. But I think the best thing that happened to me was that one of my father's friends that I've known since I was born, I guess, he works there as an orderly.
Oh, nice.
And that was like the best thing ever because in a place like that, where you feel so disconnected and alone and like a slab of meat that people move around, having a connection, like a real connection with someone is super helpful. So 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Get friends in hospitals. Just in case, don't go there, but it's good to have friends who work in hospitals.
Tamara, we went to America a couple of years ago and it was insane, all the tipping. I couldn't, we had to do maths every meal. I don't understand. It was awful. And also like when you go into a shop and the price that things say they are isn't the price because it doesn't have tax included, just put the tax on the price tag. I don't understand. I was very confused by that.
It's weird.
But tipping here is like maybe you round up the bill if you really like the waiter, but also they get paid like a good wage anyway. So they'll be fine if no one tips.
It's pretty much the same in Romania with all the service industry jobs. They kind of expect a tip. Not always work for that tip, which is freaking annoying. But pretty much everyone tips. If someone doesn't tip, it's because they got pissed. Really pissed.
Sure.
And that happened. And we did that once in a coffee shop in Bucharest. It was like a pretty posh coffee shop. And we had to wait so long for them to come take our order and then bring our orders. And it wasn't like a full place. It was us and a couple more tables. So it wasn't like they were overworked. And for the entire evening, they were so slow and so unhelpful. And they acted like we bothered them every time we ordered something more. So we paid the bill like to the last cent. We had like coins and everything just to not leave them any tip.
Yeah.
Of course, the only reason I was able to pull that off was that I was with a large group and they decided, because if it was just me, I couldn't. I mean, I feel bad not doing it. I feel bad not doing it.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of industries like when you get to a hair salon or things like that, if there are the state ones, they get like a really small base salary and then they have to earn everything else. So yeah, that can be weird. But it's usually service industries. The other forms of tipping everywhere else, those are kind of like not especially above the board.
Yeah.
But then everybody does it.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. And to be fair, I don't think I much cared.
Yeah.
At that point, I would have given my my firstborn just to get more pain meds. Just to get more pain meds that I didn't have.
Yeah.
And I didn't get. So they have a very strict policy, and that's not the same for all hospitals. I don't think it's the same for all departments. It's just, I don't know. I think it's because it's easy to take too much.
Yeah.
Because you're not used to any sort of pain.
Yeah.
I kind of am. And I know when I just need pain medication, I wean myself off of it super fast. I mean, when I didn't need pain medication, I just said, no, I don't need it. It's fine. But I can see why other people can't do that. And so they're also might be a budget thing. I don't know anymore. To be fair, I was afraid of my first ever experience in a Romanian hospital, and it surprised me in a good way.
Well, that's good.
It was way better than I feared. Way better. And the things that I didn't like had nothing to do with something specific. It's just the nature of a hospital.
Yeah.
And how you feel. Because you pretty much lose your entire independence.
Yeah.
And that's a tough pill to swallow, especially if you're kind of shy to start with.
Yeah.
Not a good situation to be in, but
yeah,
you live and learn. It's fine. Still, state hospitals and state medical insurance is so much better than going bankrupt because you broke your leg. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because they vary from state to state.
It's so complicated. It just seems like I don't know, it just seems too complicated when it could just be simple.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a bit like going from country to country. So, Tamara, I'm not trying to be mean here, but like there are brands who sell throughout the EU.
Yeah.
It's the same brand selling in all the stores. They have labels with prices for all the countries.
Yeah.
They could do that. Like they could do that. Like if they sell in a tri-state area, they could have individual prices for each state that include tax.
Yeah.
Because of course, I'm pretty sure nobody thought of it because Americans are already used to the system.
Yeah.
And there's no point because the taxes in your state, you just add up, you're used to it.
Yeah.
But for people from out of state, it might not be so easy. So I think that system would work if retailers in the US would care to implement it.
There's a lot of states.
It's a huge tag.
It would be a really long tag.
I think you can like print them for certain areas because they do distribution separately.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Like they could do it for the East Coast states or the West Coast states or North America, the northern part of the middle. Yeah. I don't know. There are a lot of countries in the EU as well. I think. And they're all on the tag. Mm-hmm. Of course, it's easy. I mean, I think it works easier here because they just use the country flags.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there are state flags, so that would work.
This conversation has just gone hilariously off track.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, isn't that what we do here?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, exactly. The price looks cheaper, and so people buy it. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like obviously you guys are used to it.
Yeah.
There's so much extra maps. That's just every time we go out, you just have to like mentally add things up, and I just don't need that in my life.
Yeah, it would be nice if people would realize you're a foreigner. Okay, this is how much you have to tip, and I would add some extra cents to that tip just for that helpful advice.
They do. Awesome. They tell you the tip thing. They were really good about tips. They always had instructions everywhere, and occasionally they would print like the amount, like suggested amounts and things. It was fine.
I don't remember seeing that.
Confusing. It might have just been because of the places we were.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was there in 2008.
Oh yeah, okay.
This is 10 years.
2016. So.
Yeah. So maybe they got smarter about it.
Yeah. Maybe they were sick of people not leaving tips because they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, and I'm sure. I mean, if you go to a highly touristy area.
Yeah. Which I did.
I'm pretty sure they're more aware of the fact that people have no clue.
Yeah, for sure. The people I was with knew what they were doing. It was just me walking around with no clue, like most of my life. Oh man! Oh, we've made it 2 hours. I'm so impressed. Wow,
I am so impressed.
I didn't know if you would make it this long, to be honest.
Yeah, I was thinking like if it's in the morning, I might. I had a test run with the stream on Friday.
Yeah.
For D&D, which went better than the one last week. So I was fairly sure I could pull it off.
Nice.
But yeah. But I was a bit afraid of how my voice would hold out because I haven't been doing a lot of talking lately. Yeah. I mean, I talked to my mom and I tried to be like quiet as a mouse and as unintrusive as I can because every time we talk is me asking her to bring me something.
Yeah.
Because I had the pinnacle of engineering with a bag tied to my walking thingy.
Yeah.
I had to take that down when I went to the hospital because I thought maybe I shouldn't have that. And I've been, I mean, I don't know why I didn't just tie it back. It's because I'm an idiot, basically. So, but even with that, the amount of stuff I can carry is limited. I can't carry a glass of water, for example, because it will just swoosh around. So I'm trying my best to be as independent as I can, and I fail miserably. I mean, I need to wash my hair, and my mom will have to help me. And I was thinking, like, I don't think I've done that since I was like 10 years old.
Oh man!
The only time someone washes my hair is at the hair salon.
Yeah. Maybe you should just go there. Actually, no, you don't want to leave the house.
No.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no. I do not want to brave the 3 flights of stairs down and up again just for that. Although I totally would if it wasn't for the stairs. So yeah, plans for the future. I need to make enough money selling books to move to a house.
Okay. That's
not
good.
Exactly own it. I could rent. I don't care. I don't need to own it. But that would help because then you have a nice little garden. If you're sick, if something goes wrong, you can just leave the dog right in the freaking garden for a while. And it's so much easier. Also, if your leg is broken, it's so much easier to just go outside, breathe in some fresh air. God damn. I miss being outside, like for other reasons than going to the hospital.
To be fair, like I don't think I've been outside any more than you have in the past month for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, but that's still a choice. I mean, you have because you've been doing stuff.
Have I though? I don't know. 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 I don't know
Yeah, I think you did. I mean, weren't you going to some dinner? Like, weren't you going to the movies at some point?
No, I went to the movies last week.
So
I love that that's my outdoor experience for the month.
Oh, so no more jogging and stuff?
No, so I wore a pair of shoes I shouldn't have worn, and then couldn't jog.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
But it's fine. I just had really bad blisters. It was pretty bad, pretty gross.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it can get out of hand fast. And then you just, and
then I've just been lazy ever since. So it's fine. Once I'm all better.
I'm feeling slightly better, strangely. I don't know why.
Oh, man.
It helps me to know I'm not the only one who's locked up inside.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have been going anyway because I wanted to get this book done, but, you know.
Yeah, obviously.
Also, I couldn't have, so.
But you could have at least, go to the nearby convenience store and buy things for yourself.
Yeah. I'm fine now. I could definitely go out. I'm making it sound much worse than it was, to be honest. Like, I had some blisters. I didn't break a leg, for example.
Oh my God. I love it how I'm the one who puts things into perspective, because I'm usually using other people who have it worse to put things into perspective, and now I'm one of those people. So freaking weird. But yeah, Jesus Christ. But, I mean, I can't wait to be outside, to be honest. Because I think the thing I'm most self-conscious about is the fact that my mom has her back issues and she can't carry a lot of stuff.
Right.
So she pretty much has to go to the shops every day just to get us water.
Yeah.
To drink. So I feel really bad, like super bad.
I mean, it's not like you could just not drink water though. So like.
Yeah, and the tap water here is not the best.
Yeah.
Like, no. It's not, it's not undrinkable.
Mm.
But it's not the best either.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But, yeah, it's moments like this when you realize how great it is that you have a car and you can drive to the supermarket and buy like 3 huge boxes of water, and that's it. You have them for like 2 weeks. It's fine. But yeah, she always buys me stuff that are good and I want. She bought me candy.
Oh yeah.
And cake and a lot of stuff, which is again still surprising. I didn't just sit here and expand. Like, but to be fair, I didn't eat a lot, and I didn't eat. I basically had like breakfast and a late lunch, and that was about it. Maybe some treats.
And you can't even drink your coffee, so.
God damn! Don't remind me. I'm doing okay today. I kind of drank half of it. Half of the not the whole mug, like not the whole mug. Half of the 1/3 my mother poured.
Good job. You're getting that.
It's only noon. I have time to finish it throughout the day.
Oh man. All right. I feel like we should probably wrap this up.
Yes.
Just because I have to go and finish writing Gongul tonight.
Makes perfect sense.
I might have like 7K left to write. So.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry for you.
It's 7 p.m. So I should probably do that.
Yeah. By the way, the next one will be on September 30, right? You okay with that?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I think so. Hold on. Sorry,
because that's the only thing we still have to do. Announce the next one, and then, of course, more organized people would have decided on that before. But yeah, the next Descent into Madness will be on September 30 on my channel, which you'll find in the description of this video.
Yes, you will.
Also, please go to clarekauter.com/free stuff so that you can get addicted to her books like me, and then blow up your entire TBR, because it's fun. It's fun.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll also have another book out this week. The one I'm writing tonight. I'm so organized.
I can't wait for that. I will also have a box set out sometime this week. We don't know when, but it will happen.
Man, all the time we spend planning, and then this is how it all turns out.
It's so, it's funny. It's beyond frustrating and annoying. No, it's just funny.
Just funny.
It's like, there's that saying or whatever that man plans and God laughs. I get where that comes from.
Yeah.
I'm not a religious person, but I feel there must be like an out there almighty presence that it does not manifest itself too much in our world because it's so busy laughing its ass off.
Specifically at you this month. Like, let's be honest.
Probably I made for like 20% of the chuckles this month.
Oh man.
It probably turned into like ugly laughing with like tears bursting out of their eyes.
Maybe.
when the ethno channel happened. And I couldn't say anything about the god awful music.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh
yeah, you should also head to alina-popescu.com/free reads. You should do that too for free books and
all the free
and
stuff.
Beatles, all the free stuff. Get them all, and that's it. I did so great at promoting myself.
Yeah, well done.
Thanks. I remembered it before we signed off. So.
It's all right. I was gonna prompt you. I remember.
Thank you. Have a good night, Tamara. Thank you for being here with us. And if you have any more questions or you think of stuff regarding your release, just message any of us or both of us. It's
Great message us.
Yeah, and we'll help as much as we can.
Yes.
It's
great. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, people, for coming. We had people here tonight. Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah. We did. We had likes too, and oh my God, I'm so happy. It's good to be back doing something that's kind of normal, like something that I usually do.
Yeah.
So so I had to cancel a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
From the hospital. Because I had a lot of stuff planned for Saturday.
Yeah.
So I spent Friday afternoon canceling plans. So this has been great. So thanks for having me over on your channel.
That's okay. All right. Good night, everyone.